Hey guys, Cell here. Welcome back to some more Fate Grand Order. We are still in the race against time. It is now 1:20 p.m. Since I last recorded, it was like an hour and a half to 2 hours ago. I took a longer break than I thought I would. But this one arguably shouldn't be long, right? It's probably going to be heavily story-driven. Especially with Surtur coming out. Oh boy. Bringing Twilight here once again. Be nice if I knew more about Ragnarok and whatnot. I actually don't. I've always hated Sundays. Why? Simple, I hate it myself. For me, Sundays were a prison, and I hated how I was never able to escape from them. I could never take that first step. I detested how weak I was, how my parents' wishes felt like a curse, leaving me unable to even set foot outside. I never even thought about running away. The idea of leaving never so much as entered my mind. Which is why I was always waiting for someone. Someone who would come and save me. Someone who would let me out of here. Someone who would tell me, "You don't have to do anything. You don't have to grant anyone's wishes." I waited for someone like that for so long. Though I knew no such person would ever come. Wonder what would have happened to her if, someone did. Even now I think. Some part of me is still waiting for someone like that. Oh, can we be that person then if she's still waiting? Well, Mosh. The moment the sun fell, every giant across the lost belt looked up at the sky and roared in unison. All at once, the featureless masks the queen had placed on their faces in order to control them shattered. As their masks disappeared, so too did the days they had spent slumbering without a king. Now they were truly awake. The giants' roars echoed throughout the land, singing the praises of the king who would bring about Ragnarok in a language humans could never understand. O king, O king, O king, Surtur, wielder of the flaming sword, carry on our battle, carry on our war. It is not enough that the old gods are dead by your hand, we must raise this ancient land to the ground. Let Ragnarok recommence, bring on the joyful times, the end time. Let us begin the destruction, now is the time. So how's Scotty gonna deal with this? Huh? Where did the sun go? Oh boy. Good? You fine? Hey, Holmes is up and about now? Alright. What's going on? Holmes, how about your wound? Weren't you supposed to be recovering for another 2 days? Indeed. I'm still rather enjoying the effects of the painkillers, but I'll gladly take that over missing the climax. A great detective can only forestall his entrance so long after all. Well said. I expect nothing less from my administrative advisor. I'm proud to have such a responsible subordinate. Now then, I'm sorry to ask this when you're still so tired, but would you mind explaining what's going on? Just when I thought we had defeated that accursed Sigurd, the sun went and fell out of the sky. And look at that, there's no way that isn't some kind of giant, is there? Every bone in my body is screaming at me to get away from that thing as quickly as possible. Do you have any idea what's going on? Good question. I don't know if it's the same species as the other giants, but it's definitely big enough to qualify. But unfortunately, our instruments aren't really doing us a lot of good here. It looks to be a monster that changes size depending on how it's being viewed. This isn't some physical calamity like Ivan the Terrible. It's a conceptual one, capable of destroying the world. So I was too late. This is certainly enough to make me rue my principle of never discussing something without first obtaining conclusive proof. The flame that flickers across this lost belt's northern mountains. It fell from the Muspelheim, the Fire Realm. As to that enormous sun, I believe it is most likely Muspelheim itself, given form by the gods. In other words, the body of Surtur, the giant of Ragnarok. Our first wave shift trial, a landmark occasion as Team A. Our first wave shift trial, a landmark occasion as Team A. We were supposed to investigate Singularity F. Instead, our team met its end, and the world was enveloped in a fire that incinerated humanity. Fire, fire, fire. Nothing but fire as I could see. My mystic eye is one of prolongation. Its rank is jewel. Prolongation. It lets me see possibilities. You could say it's a form of precognition. Once I see something, I can pin it in place. That only lets me temporarily halt possibilities I do not desire from coming to pass. Its true nature lies in seeing the myriad possibilities before me. So then, what's this? Now that we're trapped in our coffins, the possibility of us escaping the death that approaches us is distant, far too distant. It may not truly be zero, but it might as well be. No matter how far I stretch, I can't reach it. I can't hope to pin down anything. If an enemy were here, I might be able to stop them from attacking or casting a spell, but this is beyond me. I was helpless to do anything about Lev Liner's sabotage, or the flames incinerating humanity. Once the flames consumed me, that would be it. There was no escape for me or for anyone else. Maybe that's why my fate never bothered me the way that perhaps it should have. All I felt was disappointment for my inability to express what I felt honestly to the very end. Yes, I may never have reached it for myself, but just once I would have liked to have held Rodim's hand. Congratulations on your rebirth. I always believed you could save the world. Greetings, Kirstadia Wodim. Will this work for conveying the information to you? I must say, using words is such a bother. Had my vocal cords still been working, I'm sure I would have guessed to find my eye was seeing the world in the coffin next to mine. I saw a brilliant light shining in pitch darkness, and Wodim opposite it. I had never seen Wodim so childlike before, not in appearance, mind you, but in his strength, or rather the lack of it. He was horribly injured and fatigued, to the point that even the effort of breathing seemed likely to kill him. It was as if he had seen the end of the world, no, like he had fought to prevent it. He was so bruised and battered that I could almost believe such ridiculous delusion was actually true, as though he was only alive now through sheer miraculous luck. We now share circumstances. This humanity you come from will be incinerated and fade away. But that is of no consequence to us. It may be unexpected, but not so much as to change our plans. The assault has led to the closure of the Expanse. Soon both you and humanity will meet your end. Yet unfortunately, God still has no body for this joyous feat. You'll help me with that, won't you, Kirstadia Wodim? You are a cryptor, which makes you perfect to spread my word. I didn't know what was going on. All I knew was I could sense our end approaching. He had been chosen and we had not. Wodim would go on to survive and we would remain trapped in darkness.
No. I'm afraid I alone won't be enough. I must strongly recommend that the other 6 join me to assist.
I could sense the light's confusion indeed. My own mind all went blank in shock. A god, a human, even a tiny ant crawling along the ground could see how out of line he was. It was clear to anyone watching that his remarks, his suggestion, would usually be out of the question. I don't understand. That once the world is wiped clean, you will be invincible. Why would you want competition when one of you would be more than insufficient?
I understand that, but invincibility and omnipotence are not the same. There is a non-zero chance that one of the other 6 may surpass me. As long as that possibility exists, however slight, I will not dismiss it. Give them the chance to choose for themselves. There is no point in me rebuilding human history on my own.
Wadim wasn't proposing that his responsibilities will be shared. He believed in our worth as individuals. It was a shining example of unwavering humanity. Restoring what was lost will take considerable effort. Bringing a single human back to life may only take mere moments, but it requires a level of suffering sufficient to stop the entire world in its tracks. Consider the hell you just enjoyed as an example. What's more, their bodies have sunk into the void. They can no longer pay that price themselves. Can you pay it for them, Castadia Wadim? Can you withstand the agony that comes with fighting the entire world 6 more times?
Of course. If it is humanly possible, then I can do it.
Humanely. I saw it for myself, clear as day. Even as every breath ravaged him, spasms of humiliation and despair rocking his face. I saw him unflinchingly declare himself to that light. I'll never forget that sight, the sight of the greatest strength humankind could possibly possess. The next thing I remember, my eyelids fluttered open. Seeing how hard Wadim fought, seeing his determination, I found strength of my own. I may not be capable of following in his footsteps, but at the very least I want to help him. I want to live up to the faith he showed in us, insisting we be given our own chance to choose. Circumstantial change confirmed. The price has now been paid. I have a proposal for you chosen ones, an offer for those of you who were cast aside. If you desire acclaim, then choose rebirth. If you desire indolence, then choose eternal sleep. It makes no difference to God. I nodded. The light grew brighter, blinding me. We were each given our tasks to grow our assigned lost spells. I didn't so much as blink with my mystic eye. I cast my gaze over the world I was given. I looked far and wide to the very edges, so that I could live up to his hopes and face my destiny as he did his. Even if doing so should take me down an evil path that had been pruned away from human history. I wish that I might find a glimmer of hope somewhere along the way. And then... my right eye saw something so very far away. In a Norse world unlike our own, bound to one day be cut off from humanity, where fiery destruction raged as well.
You're looking at me, aren't you? Who are you? Not that pompous fool Odin. I reduced him to ashes. North of Rose is Fenrir. Him I ate. Are you the one of the surviving gods? Yes, I suppose one of the gods did escape my flames. I see. Then you must be Skadi, the goddess of snow.
No, I'm not. I'm me. I am a woman who was meant to die in a world consumed by flame.
You don't say.
Who are you? Are you the sixth imaginary element, a demon?
No. I am Flame. The flame destined to consume all the Norse legends. Wow, legends lands. I'm the last remnant of Ymir's wrath.
Norse. I see, now I understand. Perhaps it's my old Nordic bloodline that's to blame. You must be Surtur.
Oh.
The fiery king of giants, Dark One, the giant of Ragnarok who once ended the world.
So you do know who I am, woman. Fascinating. So you are seeing my flame even as you die from the flames consuming your own world. That's right. I'm the one who will bring an end to all things. I'm the one who put an end to the gods and are prattling on about fate. I consume the land, humans, everything. I will end the age of gods. I will end the entire world. I will see that there is no tomorrow. Well, that's not how the legend goes. According to my myth, your flames consumed the Norse... According to myth, your flames consumed the Norse age of gods,
but it's followed by the age of humanity. That is what was fated to be. But I don't care. What need have I of a future I cannot see with my own eyes? Everything should end with me. When this planet ends, I will have the final laugh as it all fades away. At least that is what I swore to myself, but... I see. You failed too.
Yes, I failed. Spent a considerable amount of time struggling to free myself from Odin's prison. But it seems fate is a more formidable foe than I thought. This is as far as I go.
My flame will be pruned away along with these North's lands, crushing my dream of consuming everything.
What a pitiful sight this world and I must make.
So that's where your world ended.
Indeed. I've mixed them up now.
Then you have that in common with us. Although I was supposed to save my world, not destroy it.
Is that so?
It was nice to meet you, fiery king of giants, but now I guess this is goodbye.
Farewell, human woman, who cast her gaze from another world ending in fire. If by some miraculous stroke of luck, you should ever happen to lay your eyes on me again, I will show you my flaming sword.
Your noble phantasm.
The end of this planet. Good, you're all here. I knew you wouldn't turn down a challenge. That's one way to put it. Another is that given our choices, there was only one sane answer. This is one hell of a tall order, but the alternative was death. I'm not gonna say no.
I would not have minded dying, but I cannot ignore the prospect of these last bouts. I knew human history was fragile, but I didn't know it had branched out to that degree. I suppose you learn something new every day.
I don't care what it takes. This is a huge pain in the ass, but at least it gives us a chance to win. So fine, I'll do it. Basically, we just gotta save the world, right?
I couldn't say anything back then. I was completely at a loss for words. I couldn't laugh it off like Beryl, or brood on it like Haddock. Not when Wardim's demeanor was so different from what I had expected.
Now, while I would like nothing more than to celebrate our reunion, our race is already underway. There is no call for fraternization beyond what is absolutely necessary. By now, you should have all connected to your lost spell to your coffins, and formed contracts with your servants. I told you all the information I was given. There's nothing more to add. It won't be long now before the disciples of the foreign god arrive. Once they do, I'd like you all to go with them to your respective lost spells.
Nobody else knew the truth. None of them had any idea what sort of price he had paid to give the rest of us in Team A a chance. He could have boasted about it, he could have held it over our heads. Instead, he never even brought it up. I don't understand. None of us would be here now if it wasn't for you, Castaria. Why didn't you say anything? If you just told them what you did for us, they would do whatever you say.
I see. So you knew Ophelia. It's simple. I didn't tell them because it's not important for what lies ahead. I want humans to do the best they possibly can. That goes for myself and it goes for you as well. Gratitude is nice, but not if it leads to their putting less than their full efforts into this endeavor. So don't worry about it. I did that for my sake, not yours. It worked out and I got what I wanted from it. Besides, if one of you ends up surpassing me, that will make my job easier, right? I risked nothing and stood to gain everything. None of you owes me anything for it.
Castaria. That was the moment I knew, without a shadow of a doubt. Castaria Wardim was different. He always had been. He had been on a whole other level from the rest of us ever since he was born. His mindset, his character, his bearing, all fit for a king. There was simply no other explanation for how he could have accomplished something so incredible.
Ophelia, you'll be taken to Scandinavia. Be very careful when you summon your servants after you get there. Destruction factors heavily into Norse mythology. In such a show world, it is when matters appear to be going well that one needs to be most on their guard. A good ending for the Norse could in truth be quite a bad ending for us. But then I suppose I needn't warn you of that. You have your mystic eye after all. You can see into the future far better than I can. As such, you should be more than capable of growing Scandinavia's tree of emptiness to maturity.
That's right. The king I swear allegiance to. The god I worship isn't the foreign god at all. This is the man I will serve. If it will help him realize his ideals, I'll gladly become a cryptor. I will, I promise Lord Kirstadia.
I see. So this is a servant.
Your body is made of ether. You might not like how it feels, but try to get used to it. I'm glad you were the one who answered my summon, Dragon Slayer, wielder of Gram. I know it was a special summoning ritual, but it's still fortunate I was able to get you without a catalyst. Maybe it's because of my mother's Nordic bloodline. That certainly seems a far more likely cause than my father's fondness for Richard Wagner.
Wagner.
Oh right, sorry, in my world's history, Sigurd and Siegfried are different people. So that makes my mother's bloodline seem even more likely. At any rate, it's nice to meet you, Saber. My name's Ophelia Farmer Salone. I have to say, I'd never have guessed you would exist in this lost spelt. I would have thought.
You're not wrong. The rogue spirit this body belongs to isn't from this lost belt.
No, that can't be right. We cryptids are meant to form contracts with the heroic spirit that's tied to our land.
Ophelia. I see. So your name is Ophelia Farmer Salone. Ah, that's a lovely name, Farmer Salone. Puts me in mind of Thrones, a type of angel. If you are to be an angel, then you should serve me as your god.
What are you saying, Sigurd?
Oh, come now, don't be so cold. You already know who I am. From my perspective, we just met the other day. Is that not true for you? I'll never forget that gaze of yours. The way you looked at me right before my world, my reality was pruned away. I remember looking you right in the eye, Ophelia.
Those eyes.
You saw me and I saw you. The joy starts of humanity. In that moment our fates were intertwined. Did you really not notice, Ophelia Farmer Salone? My soul was linked to your unusual mystic eye. It's been hiding inside of you all this time. You did form a contract. I'm the servant you gained in your lost spells. Rejoice, Ophelia. Your servant is none other than Surtur, the fiery giant, king of giants himself.
No, that can't be right. I'm a master. I know all about the heroic spirits I summon. You're Sigurd, the greatest hero of Scandinavia, heir to Gram, the demonic sword.
Do not force me to repeat myself. You're referring to the body I possess. Yes, you succeeded at summoning Sigurd. That much is true, but thanks to your mystic eye, I snuck into the summoning spell and melded with his soul. Now I control his entire body.
Ah. An accidental summoning. No, this would be a multiple simultaneous summon leading to...
Now, don't make that face, Ophelia. Go on, smile, breathe a sigh of relief. I may just be a soul, but I'm still your servant. So I'll be your knight, just like you're my woman. Now, what do you say we seal the deal?
Stay back. Don't come near me.
Command spell, by all means. In fact, that's one of the things I want the most. Go ahead, tie this body down, destroy it.
What?
That infernal Odin imprisoned my homeland, my foundation. Muspelheim has been left behind in this lost belt. I have to get it back. If this body is shattered, my soul will be freed. Then I will destroy Odin's prison, and that false son of his will fall. Once that has happened, I will materialize in my true form as the fiery king of giants.
The sun? You mean that enormous sun is actually...
Yes, my true body. Or rather the prison Odin built to hold it. The mages of probably even history not to know. Muspelheim, realm of fire, home to all Muspel, is in fact my own body. is the endless flame burning with an insatiable hunger for destruction. I will need it to resume Ragnarok, which was so rudely interrupted. Odin's seal was quite solid, but thankfully, you saw to that when you released my soul. The rest is easy. I'll escape this shell and my soul will destroy my body's prison from the outside. That prison may be difficult to escape from within, but it is all too vulnerable from the outside. I struck Odin a fatal blow after I devoured Fenrir. The All-Father clearly didn't have the strength left to secure my prison from both sides. I suppose I should expect no less from the soul of a great hero. Now that we are meshed together, it will be difficult to escape this body on my own. It's torturous having to constantly face Sigurd's soul, like standing in a hall of infinite mirrors. It would be far quicker if I could turn my blade on myself. But failing that, I would be grateful if you would end me, Ophelia. If I kill you, the sun, Surtur, will fall. Indeed. Once I take back my body, I will resume Ragnarok and this lost belt will be the first to burn. From there I will lay waste to the rest of the planet. I can't wait to show you Ophelia. Soon you'll get to see my flaming sword. And the entire world. Oh boy, Ophelia, what have you done? Instead of screaming out in despair, I quickly used a command spell to forbid him from killing or harming himself. Surtur is the king of giants, the destructor of the end time. I can't let him escape Sigurd's body. If he does, everything will burn. It will be the incineration of humanity all over again. No, not quite. His fire would have to extend into the past to match the incineration of humanity. But his fire will burn up everything in the present and leave nothing for tomorrow. All of a sudden, it felt like something was twisting my heart. It hurts. I can feel my body groaning in pain. It's like I'm being hollowed out from the inside. Without warning, I found myself in a terribly precarious situation. Am I doing the right thing? Should I tell Queen Skadi? No. That would be too risky. The King of Giants is the god's sworn enemy. I cannot imagine her merciful love extending to him. With every thought, I can feel my body groaning under the pressure. It hurts. Something is interfering with me, with my plans. What should I do? I can't make this call on my own. But what choice do I have? We cryptids can't interact directly. I have to resolve this situation myself. Besides, we're not allies, not really. Once we manage to grow our tree of emptiness to maturity, we'll just end up competing for each other's territory. In the end, there will only be one territory left. I can't afford to show any weakness. That's why. You need us to take out Surtur? That concludes my report.
I see. You did well to bring this to my attention, Ophelia.
Not at all, Lord Kirstadia. Once I had determined the danger this situation posed, I thought you should decide how to handle it. I'm a mage. I don't have the same kind of feelings that normal people do. I don't experience love or romance. All I feel is undying loyalty towards those with vastly superior intellects. Kirstadia Wadim shines brighter than anyone. He isn't afraid of anything. He'll know what to do, I'm sure of it. As long as he shows me the path I need to take, I'm sure I can summon up the courage to follow it.
Ophelia Farmer alone.
Yes, Lord Kirstadia.
You were right to use a command spell, and this summon you have achieved is fascinating. The King of Giants in Norse mythology is akin to a god of destruction. By summoning him, you have in essence summoned an ancient god. You should be proud that you were born to a family devoted to the study of evocation and summoning arts. Ophelia.
Yes.
You have gained an exceptional resource to help bring about the reconstruction of humanity. You say Surtur told you he was going to burn the entire planet. Fascinating. I wonder if that would still work on a world that has been wiped clean. At any rate, the data would seem to indicate that you have him fully under control. As long as you can continue to rein him in without incident, he should be a tremendous asset, though of course that does pose considerable risk.
Understood. Then I shall do my best to live up to your expectations, Lord Kirstadia.
From here on, I will address my half-secret, half-secret servant to Saber, and turn his power to our cause. I vow that I will grow my lost spell to maturity with his help. Jeez. I know I can live up to Lord Custodia's hopes. I know I can fight. Building a relationship with a heroic spirit that has a mind of his own, controlling one servant, these are key problems every master has to face. I can manage it. This is what I've trained for. I won't fail. I will grow my tree of emptiness to maturity. I'll ensure this lost spell continues to flourish alongside the Queen, and the most powerful knight ever to live. The tree continues to grow well, and it's been all this time. Everything is going well here, at least it was.
Enchante Crypta. I'm a 7 from Bob Eatman history, the only hero of humanity in all of Scandinavia. Hey now, what's the matter? What are you so afraid of, mademoiselle?
Oh boy, we're fighting a saber. Thank you. Come on, Weaver. Now I can actually use my Mystic Code for increased damage and some healing and evasion. It's almost leveled up, I think. I just saw that. And now, bring out another archer and hope that we can do this. I'll even take that off. Come on, where's another kaleidoscope? Or another crap doesn't in general that gives 50% at least. There we go, another golden sumo.
Let's do this, Surtur.
Oh, nice. The false sun is falling. The fiery king of giants returns. In the book of Genesis, it's written that the Creator rested on the seventh day. In this last spell, fire is what comes on the seventh day. Not a day of rest, but the day of Ragnarok. After Wednesday, Odin's day. After Thursday, Thor's day. After Friday, Freya's day. After Saturday, Saturn's day. The day of the sun finally arrives. The false sun, the ball of fire glowing in the sky, is falling to the ground instead of remaining aloft. It shakes and cracks the ground, shattering mountains as it shifts and rides to stand on its feet. In pop human history, this event manifested in the eruption of Mount Kotala, but not here. Myth is this world's reality. Muspelheim, realm of fire, land of flame. The blazing inferno sending forth the true sun in this lust-belt sky. Now the Muspel's leader, Muspelheim itself, descends upon us. One of the great kings, the one who will cast Twilight far and wide, arrives as the sun gone mad. The only king of giants in this world, Surtur and his great flaming sword.
Did you say Surtur? Man, you weren't kidding. Ha! Figures he'd be a bigger bugger. A big bugger. I know the age of the gods never ended here, but come on.
Fa-fow. The fiery king of giants, the border's instrument, can't even properly measure its magical energy. We can't even tell how far he is from us. Either it's not clear whether he's way out there or... It's so years I can't even get a clear visual on him. It could be some sort of heat mirage or something. Either way, it is impossibly hot. Make sure you stay behind me, Master.
I'll get my Mystic Code ready. Roger that.
I strongly advise you keep your distance, Miss Cell. The Mystic Code may have been outfitted to accommodate Russia's extreme cold, but it is not nearly so effective against extreme heat. Make sure to remain where Miss Kirito can protect you. Holmes, you're healed, thank goodness. Absolutely. I've had plenty of rest. It was nice to fall asleep without anything on my mind for once. But I also can't deny that it was dreadfully dull. You will have to inform me about your recent escapades when we have the time. Is this really the time to be just idly catching up with each other? The temperature outside the border is skyrocketing even as we speak. It's enough of a shock learning that giants and the like exist here, but now we found out that they have a king. There's no telling how many reports I'll have to write now, assuming anyone even believes them. Granted, it's not as though we're making any of this up, but once this last spell disappears, any credibility those reports will have is going to disappear along with it. Ah, hello, Mr. Kordov. I see you are finally beginning to understand some of the problems Cordelia has been facing this entire time. Perhaps now you may understand why, at first blush, our reports from the singularities may have seemed so preposterous. Never mind that now. We're in danger here. Get us the hell out right away. It's difficult to tell with all this fire, but I don't think that giant is as far away as he looks. You're right about that, Monsieur Director. I've got a feeling he's way closer than you think. Hey, King of Giants, Surtur, right. You're not just gonna go away on your own, are you? Am I right to assume you're our enemy? Of course. I can hear him. No, wait. He's communicating telepathically by Magecraft. Here he comes. You two, keep her and Hild safe. March, maximum output. Focus everything on defense. Yes, Master. What's the next maximum output? Switching over to defensive mode. I can't believe you're so collected, even after seeing that. I'm impressed, Marsh. You really are amazing. It's dangerous out here, feeling if I'm alone. Please hurry inside the castle while the King of Giants' attention is focused on them. Now, Outland, you go on ahead. This is my mess. I need to be the one who cleans it up. Ophelia. Oh! Dang, this is a sweet looking fight. I wish I had bought a single target saber though for this. I mean archer for this. But hey, these targets go fully. Sure, why not? Now I highly doubt, since this is the beginning, we might just need to break one bar, just one. I'm going to assume that's the case. In which case, maybe, just maybe, he'll go down? Possibly? I got the Kigalishi. I sure as hell hope so. Otherwise, we might be a little bit screwed. Nice damage. Again, I'm sorely. Oh crap, he can heal himself. This might just be a survival battle. Oh, actually, wait, what's that buff he had? Oh, dang, that was a lot. Okay. Oh, no, he's immune to mental debuffs. That's what it is. Okay. Let's do us a favor. Get John's Noble Phantasm out here. Still totally saying that's wrong, I'm pretty sure. Even after all this time, even after all of summer, I'm still pretty much saying it wrong, I know. But hey, I was not wrong. That story did go on for at least 30 minutes. Maybe longer. I wasn't entirely looking at it, but it was going on for a while. So we still have a decent amount of time left. Scotty's probably the final fight we have. Did he just say, oh, Ophelia? Did he just say Ophelia? Really? Recover HP when sustaining attacks for 3 turns. Okay then. I mean, if anything, he doesn't have a Noble Phantasm. Wish that healed for more, but sadly it doesn't. Okay. Waver is going down. This... I don't have any way to keep him up either. So, yep. This is gonna suck. That, and then that. John still has her arts damage buff, so maybe? Oh, nice crit. Damn, so close. Bye, Waver. Oh, Ishtar just barely survived that. Okay, so do this. No invincibility, huh? Out. This blows. So do this. And mainly try to get Chloe's Noble Phantasm up now. Okay, we broke your first bar. Can we possibly end the battle? Thank you. Whew. Oh yeah, you fought valiantly. I'm not done yet. I figured out the first wave of Surtur's onslaught, but I'm afraid its heat and pressure is so intense that Neurotenex is designed to be fire resistant. It should be able to hold up in the face of extreme heat from the natural world. But it was never designed to withstand being submerged in lava. You're lucky you're still standing. If not for all this snow and ice infused with magical energy, you'd be a goner after all,
Indeed. He may not be quite as hot as a star, but he is quite close, and there's something else disturbing about him. Beware of his noble phantasm. Surtur's flaming sword is a divine construct born from a planet. It prioritizes life forms over all else. Not even a deity from the age of gods could survive it. Ooh la la. You should be proud, you two. We're still standing tall after facing off with a being that kills entire worlds. Hey Surtur, I figured a god killer would be way more impressive, but so far you've been a big letdown. You're nothing compared to the despair of my grand arm, and I felt in winter. Winter, you say? All that I have for you is fire.
Okay. Here comes the second wave.
Once we get through this, we'll launch a counterattack.
Yes, Master, I won't lose, even if we are up against divine construct. Position secured with the bunker bolt, assuming full defensive. Out of my way.
Ophelia.
Blinding light fills my vision. Light. No, it's not just light, it's heat. Flickering heat that reduces everything it touches to ash. If this were truly a divine construct, there's nothing to be done against it, at least that's what I think. Senpai! Senpai! And yet I saw her. I saw a warrior sitting up to a sword forged by gods with a man-made shield. I saw her pushed beyond her limits to wield that heavy shield even as her arms and legs shook with the effort. And I knew that it was time for me to make my stand. My spirit core had been damaged, but as long as I can move, I have a chance to atone for my sins. Wait. Is this Brynhild? Or is this somehow Sigurd? Maybe Secret isn't totally gone yet? You too. It seems this body of mine has caused you a great deal of trouble. It is Sigurd. And so I have no choice but to use it to make amends. My ultimate technique is ready. Demonic Sword of the Sun. Now is the time for you to wreak havoc. Destruction. Bolvaker Gram. Sigurd is here, alright. I don't know why I'm happy about that, because that means that I'm gonna have to fight him again. God dang it. I don't want to fight Sigurd! Bringing Twilight here once again middle. Oh geez, this is a middle and an end. Oh boy. Okay then. Fire walked the earth. Here in this lost belt, a place nearly devoid of life, a giant stood about the land like a conquering king. Onward he walked, never straying from his path towards the lost belt's fiery northern mountains. He is the king of the giants, the king of fire. The giants that gather at his feet are crushed beneath his heels. The ice beasts drawn to his light are melted in an instant. He is a lofty king. Though he may carry me on his shoulders, I'm well aware there's no one who can truly be close to him. There is nothing else that can view the world from his great height. No, that may not be quite true any longer. My mystic eye can see it, an enormous tree beyond a fiery mountain stretching towards the heavens. It'd be nice if I could know who was talking most of the time. A figure just as imposing as the king of giants. The tree of emptiness. I can't reach Lord Kistaria. Such as magical energy must be jamming a signal. What would he think of this situation? Stop just thinking of what he would do. Come up with your own plans, woman, Jesus. I see no cause for concern. I have high hopes for you, Ophelia. Yes, that's what he say. You again. I'm surprised to see you outside the castle. Do I look like a complete fool to you now? Yes, I'm sure I do. I'd probably laugh too if I saw myself now. Huh? I'm sorry, I can't tell what you're saying. I have some facility with lip reading, but it is not helpful when you speak a language I do not know. I guess you really are from a foreign planet. Eventually, we probably will be able to speak to that spirit. Hey, Canis. Dumbass. Can I hardly freaking believe she's a cryptid too. Not one damn bit like the other one. This one's just a stupid little girl who can't bear to let go of her ladyhood. She might as well be carrying a cracked jar of oil into a bonfire. They're stupid as a maiden walking along the shore barefoot. Between her and the queen, there isn't a single woman here who can tell a good man when she sees one. Screw this. I can see where it's going, so I'm just gonna go back to the temple. And you, fox woman. Good question. This silvery world is pretty enough that it could have made for a nice ski resort. But with that giant here, any chance at NFF services making a profit just went up in smoke. I think I'll be on my way shortly, too. I want to see how Ophelia's story ends before I leave. Heh, so being able to flit about as you like makes it easy for you to park your fat ass wherever you go, huh? I should have known. Oh, would you please spare me the slanderous crudities? I'll have you know my ass isn't the slightest bit fat. It's petite. Thank you very much. Does that really matter right now? Gotta say though, I'm disappointed in Queenie here. Can't believe she's just sitting back and letting Surtur get resurrected like this. Then again, she did marry Njord, god of the sea, and probably in history must not be as smart as she pretends. I'm afraid you have it backwards, Canis. Look at it this way. Surtur was just that much of a blind spot for her. He represented something so antithetical to her worldview that she couldn't conceive of his existence. This last spell was finished the moment she lost the ability to consider that much. Why do you think it was pruned away? It's like an insect that couldn't even tell that it was being exterminated. That said, I doubt Her Majesty would have done anything about Surtur even if she had learned of his relationship to Sigurd. Oh, that means she just sort to sit back and let nature take its course. Or does she just pity that cryptor? Indeed, I imagine the Queen feels compelled to keep herself in check, so as to be responsible with her overwhelming power. I suppose it's an admirable enough quality for a human. But sadly, she doesn't seem to have realized that way of thinking limited what her Scandinavia could do as well. Anyway, none of that is my business, and I'm more than happy to keep it that way. And that's about enough chit-chat. I've got all the goodies I came for, so I think I'll be on my merry way. The next time we meet will be on the sea, won't it, Canis? When we do, I expect to see some rare, valuable merch that can't be found anywhere on land. Huh, as if I'd give you a fat ass the time of day. Besides, the fact that you think you're irreplaceable just means you'll be on your way out sooner than you realize. I want to assume every last belt is on your side if I were you, pet. Oh boy. We're still alive. Senpai. He deflected the fire with his demonic sword. It seems the King of Giants has disappeared towards the northern mountains. First and foremost, I'm glad to see you all safe. I think you may already know who I am, but let me introduce myself properly. I'm a warrior in a wield of demonic sword Gram. I'm the son of Sigmund and Hjordis, and I've manifested in this lost belt as a saber. My true name is Sigurd. I'm glad I was able to protect you. Technically, you protected your enemy. Just saying. We're technically enemies. I only wish I'd been able to resist Surtur's control of my body more than once. Sigurd. It is, so back then, was that you? Huh. I guess this is what they call a hero's pride. Yep. But I thought you died when Surtur was freed. He did. Sigurd's body would surely have fallen apart had someone not been there to hold it together. Am I correct in that assumption, Ortlind, last remaining commander of the Valkyries? Yes, I used a rune to help him. It was all so sudden, I did not expect it to work. Unfortunately, the damage was not as extensive as I believed. It almost seemed to me as if the wounds on his body had been somehow rewound. And Ophelia do that. I took advantage of that opportunity to keep his spirit core intact. But only just, unfortunately, I've already exceeded my own output limits. I'm afraid I'll only last a few more seconds at best. No, Ortlin, no! I was able to wield my sword one last time, thanks to you. For that, you have my deepest gratitude. No need to thank me. I didn't help you for your sake. If you truly are a hero, then please, help my sister. That's all I want. You have my word, and once again, you have my gratitude. Ortlin, no. Foe. In Odin's name, by the rune's guidance, I ask that you awaken my love. Brunhild, my love, and my external executioner. Eternal. I don't know why I said external. Please open your eyes. I promise I will hold your spirit origin together. Your spirit core may be damaged like mine, but I hope you will open your eyes nonetheless, even just a little. You mustn't. Please, don't come near me. I'm the one destined to kill you. I can try to resist the madness, but I fear my body may move to kill you on its own. So please, stay away. Hush, just for now. Ah. I knew it. It really was someone else earlier, wasn't it, Sigurd? Yes. It's really you. You're the man. The hero I fell in love with. If only that were true. Then and now I've shown myself to be too much of a fool to be your hero. No, you haven't. You protected me. If it hadn't been for you, Surtur's fiery sword would have killed me. You protected the Shield Maiden, the Emperor, and the girl fighting to save humanity. You kept this world's hope alive.
Of course. I could never have done it with what little strength I had alone. No, her help is crucial. She is also why your spear has yet to pierce me, despite our coming face to face. It's all thanks to her godly power.
Is he talking about Rafał? Indeed. If Surtur had brought his flaming sword down in earnest, my castle in North Scandinavia would have been razed to the ground. And of course, I absolutely refuse to abide men and women killing one another. I see you all have suffered at least a manner of injury. It has been a very, very long time since I last saw brave warriors putting themselves to the hazard in combat. This may have been inevitable without Odin's protection weakened, but my negligence is also to blame for things reaching this dire stage. Chaldean, Sigurd, Brynhild, and Hugh the archer whose name escapes me. You fought well, my children. I commend your bravery and your valor. I will not let you die just yet. You may all enter my castle. Come with me.
Ophelia.
Fa.
Yeah, I know. It's about time I stepped up.
No kidding. You say you love her, then bring her to the rightful path. And why the heck is the question mark here now? Wait. We actually get to fight with Sigurd? Oh, okay. So, Lancer, Saber, Archer. Why do I have a feeling that we're gonna be fighting Scotty? I don't know. Because, I mean, if Sigurd's on our team and we're not fighting a Lancer, so we're not fighting a Saber, a Lancer, or an Archer, then that technically brings out the ruling King class. Technically. Let's see here. And just in case, I will bring... I guess I can bring Mama Raiko? Well, this is probably gonna be a terrible setup, but let's go.
With their masks gone, the giants began an all-out assault to destroy what little life remained.
Gerda, no! Please don't attack Village 23. I can't tell if this is Village 23 or not. They all look the same. They have the same layout. I knew it. The giants are heading towards the village. There were always a few stragglers wandering around the snowfields and mountains, but there's never been so many gathered around a village like this before. But what's going on?
What's going on? Is this the goddess's will?
They're so loud and close. Are we gonna be okay? They're not gonna break the walls, are they?
The envoys will protect us. The goddess will make her glory known.
There's nothing to worry about, everyone. So let's just all pray together. Good, Lady Mars, Miss Cell, Mr. Napoleon, Foe. Hey, at least she mentioned me. Wherever you are, I hope the giants haven't squished you. Girl, you should know that they wouldn't be able to do that. It's fine, I just hope nothing happens to you. Oh wait, it doesn't matter. I won't be making any more connections to anyone in any Lost Belt. I have sent all the envoys to the villages. Unfortunately, with their masks gone, not only do the giants no longer hear my voice, they now resonate with Surtur. If their power approaches its height during the Age of Gods, the village's protection can only last so long. I will do my best to ensure they remain intact for at least half a day, but anything more than that will be quite difficult. Setting that aside, I never expected to see Surtur again.
My apologies for interrupting your majesty. I am Sherlock Holmes of Chaldea. Let me begin by offering you my most sincerest thanks for treating our injured personnel. For that matter, it is safe to say that they would not even have survived such an attack had it not been for your help. Right, we should all thank her for saving us. Thanks, Queenie. I'm glad we're fighting the same enemy now. You have my thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Skasaha. You even restored the Ortonex and its components. Foul for foul.
I can't believe you're being so nice to us.
Thanks. Pay no mind. It is about time you all understood. I am your mother, all in Scandinavia, my children. I have decided to love you with all that it entails. As my children, all you need to do is accept my grace. Even if I'm not only one of the old gods, as that irritating Redeem would say.
We are most grateful for your mercy. Now, would you mind if I ask you a few questions? I would like to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible in order to better determine our next course of action.
Very well. Ask what you will.
Thank you, your majesty. To begin, I presume that the fire in the northern mountains comes from Surtur.
That is correct.
Are they embers?
Embers? I believe he means the embers of Ragnarok.
Now I get it.
That would depend upon your perspective.
I see.
Hold up. Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt, but may we ask you something, Holmes?
Yes, Miss Curate, Miss Cell.
Holmes, did you know that about Surtur all along?
I was at best 20% certain. Giving voice to my suspicions at that point would only cause confusion, which is why I refrained from doing so. But I was certain that the man who attacked the Shadow Border was not truly Sigurd, but even if I was unable to convey that information at the time. That said, I am at fault with regard to the Fire Mountains. My apologies. I should have found a way to tell you about their true nature sooner. Or at least manage to warn you of Surtur's involvement here.
I wouldn't beat yourself up over it too badly. Under the circumstances, you were lucky to survive Sigurd, the fake Sigurd's attack. Having said that, there is one thing about you that I'm not exactly pleased about. You always either say too much or not enough.
Yes, that is certainly true. Nonetheless, technical advisor. Much as I agree that one should strive for accuracy in the information conveyed, even in battle we can't expect it would always be possible to do so.
Well, if you're gonna take Holmes' side, I guess there's nothing much more to discuss. That is how you do things, right, Gordy? You don't expect people to deliver more than they're capable of, do you?
I am deeply ashamed. I can't tell you how sorry I am for the trouble my ineptitude has caused.
Why are you so hard on yourself, sage of proper human history? The fire in those mountains is a testament to my weakness. Even with the power of Odin bestowed upon me, I have been unable to rid my land of Twilight.
Is that?
It is something of a long story. Please lend me your ears. It was 3,000 years ago, the twilight of the gods. Ragnarok, the battle destined to bring an end to the age of gods, was upon us. It should have begun and ended here, just as it did in proper human history. But here, Surtur rampaged unchecked, and everything went awry. Surtur, the Dark One. He inherited Ymir's destructive side above all else. The first giant whose name was all but erased from proper human history. As the fiery king of giants, he was the strongest in all Muspelheim, which also made him its ruler. He was meant to trigger Ragnarok, ending the Norse age of gods and paving the way for the future. But in this last bout, he did not care for his destined fate. Refusing to be content with ending the Norse age of gods, he decided he wanted to bring about a true end, a cataclysm to end the world entirely. From there, things continued to spiral. Next came Vanagan, Fenrir Sulfur, perhaps better known as Icy Fenrir, the fearsome wolf of ruin whose breath could freeze anything in its path. Though I am told it is not mentioned in either Edis or Volsunga saga in proper human history. He was a great monster whose bones, muscles, and heart turned to ice after it had eaten half of Niflheim. It was Fenrir who was originally supposed to kill Odin. But when Fenrir let down his guard to swallow the sun, Surtur set upon him. He killed Fenrir, tore him to pieces, and consumed him. Having gained the wolf's power, Surtur went on to kill Loki, the other gods, and even the other of the giant kings. He then attempted to connect his true body, Muspelheim, itself to the sky, through the hole left by the sun's vacancy. By doing so, he hoped to bring Twilight not only to the gods, but to the entire world. He destroyed each of the Norse world's 9 realms and attempted to burn down the very planet. The flames were devastating. Odin and the remaining gods banded together to try and prevent this unthinkable ending, but they could not win against Surtur. However, they were able to fight him to a stalemate. Though the gods were completely destroyed, Odin was able to seal Muspelheim away with one final rune, leaving it hanging in the sky as a false sun. As for myself, Odin combined me with Skazahar, a woman with whom I shared a fateful bond, in order to draw Surtur's eye away from the gods he meant to kill. Now I am all that remains of the gods, me and the primordial runes that Odin entrusted to my care. It was horrific. Surtur's rampage left much of the land ablaze. But the blood that poured onto the ground from the many wounds the gods inflicted upon him erupted into flames and remained ablaze. Those flames consumed countless lives. It fell to me to protect what few remained. Once Ragnarok had truly concluded, there would be little point in ushering in an age of humanity without any humans. I turned the vast majority of my power toward extinguishing the flames that threatened to consume this world and all life on it. And so I blanketed this land in snow and ice, laden with magical energy, thus creating safe havens that the surviving giants could not touch in order to give humans an opportunity to live their lives. I put masks on the giants infused with my magical energy, placing them under the authority I gained from my father, a giant Jazi. I then produced several hundred envoys, using the 3 surviving Valkyries as a base. With his true body sealed within the false sun, Surtur became as ineffectual as a divine spirit. Though he continued to exist in this world, he no longer had any power over it. Peace returned to Scandinavia, and so began a new age that was never meant to be. An age where the last god, a handful of people, and scattering of giants, and a few Valkyries all eked out a quiet coexistence. From there, an impossible 3,000 years came to pass. A great tree extended its roots down from space, and Ophelia appeared before me, calling herself a cryptor. I presume you are aware of what transpired after that. She told me she must grow that tree in order for this world to survive. She was quite helpful to me, which I did appreciate. But that is beside the point. I never suspected the knight that accompanied her was harboring the soul of my sworn enemy.
Yep. I don't think she meant for this to happen. I believe this was likely a summoning accident of some kind. No doubt she used a summoning system identical to Chaldea's to materialize Sigurd's heroic spirit, and a foreign entity happened to make its way into the mix. By foreign entity, I take it you mean Surtur, might have got it to her mystic eye. Indeed. I imagine Surtur must have used it as a catalyst. That eye is meant for seeing possibilities after all. She must have caught sight of a lost history and a pruned phenomenon that would have been impossible in pop human history at some point. So you say she saw Surtur's soul of all things? Oh, Ophelia, if I'm alone, if you had to see something, why could it not have been me? How dreadfully unfortunate. But regardless, the fact remains that Surtur, my sworn enemy, has returned to my land. And now he will stop at nothing to finish what he began, to merge with Muspelheim and bring about the end of all things. If nothing is done to stop him, he will burn Scandinavia to the ground. His flames will devour all life, all manner of heat will coalesce into one great fire, and reduce everything to smoke and ash. If that happens, there's no telling what effect it might have outside of this lost belt.
You do need to go through a void space to escape the last belt, so don't think the fire would leak beyond it, but I can't really be entirely certain. It's worth noting that he does still have her compass, too, the paper moon I mean.
Your Majesty, might I propose an alliance? While the enemy of my enemy may not necessarily be my friend, I do believe our chances of defeating Zerta would improve considerably by working together. What do you say, Skasa or Scotty, my fair own dirties?
You would issue commands to a god, a heroic spirit?
Respectfully, of course.
You are a heroic spirit, are you not? What a joke, a human ghost, a mere shadow telling me what to do.
You'll only accept if we win in combat, right?
Ordinarily, I would pay no mind to what being as such as you would just say. But in your particular case, I sense wisdom in those beautiful eyes. You remind me of Baldur, god of light.
What? What, seriously?
My queen, what are you saying? Pay it no heed. I was merely joking. This heroic spirit's eyes may be wise, but they are also somewhat clouded. Even gentle Baldur would surely object to such comparison. Nonetheless, I've made my decision, heroic spirit. I shall love you as...
Oh boy. Where did that come from? I didn't touch anything. Technical advisor. It's not always about you, Director. Everything's working fine. It's just the emergency alert. Ha! I take it you feel that too, Monsieur Varai, demonic sword wielder. Indeed. Something approaches from the sky. Brunhild.
Right. I see it. There's a mass magical entity flying towards us from north of the mountains. Wait, all our instruments are working now. I simply adjust my snow and ice to accommodate them, the nerve interrupting a god. Dare to sally my castle any further, and even my patience will.
Well, I'm probably gonna have to skip the... I'm probably gonna have to go back, change my team, come back, and try it again. Another one of those? Oh wait, this thing was a caster before. Did I just unknowingly actually go after a caster? And it actually bees a caster? Bees is a caster? Get ready to fight, Mosh.
Yes, Master. It's the same type of enemy we encountered on Mount Gaul.
Hey! I unknowingly actually went after the caster unit. Oh my god. I was actually right. I thought I was gonna be fighting Scotty. Oh no. We're fighting this thing again. Two of them now, along with an ice beast. What type of luck is that? Me actually choosing to go with someone that actually was perfect for the job. Alright. Now will this fully end? Probably. I'd hope it would at least. Although this will be the end of the episode if it ends after the battle. Gosh, dang it. I didn't have enough buffs on Weaver. Oh well. Ironically, now this is the first battle that I've actually shown that technically had something we've already fought. But I just wanted to show it just in case. It actually wasn't what I was waiting for. But it was. What a waste! It was a waste of friendship points with Mama Raiko though. She's already maxed bond. Kind of forgot about that. Well, crap! It actually was. I don't know. Do I end the episode here or do I end it on the end of? I mean, it's not really gonna be the end because we're halfway now. Actually, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna end the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next one. But we will be doing like we usually did in Salem, where we would do the beginning, and then end in the middle of the next one, and then we'll do the middle and then the end. Technically, that was more common in what was that one that we did before Salem? The one with Musashi in it. That was 1.5, right? Shimosa.
It was technically more apparent in Shimosa than any other, but yeah. I'm gonna end it here. Till then, see you guys later.